Okay, we're going to review proportional relationships. This is a really important unit for before you go into 8th grade. So if it's something you were kind of weak on or you kind of forgot, definitely watch this video twice. All right, so let's start with a proportional relationship. So you might remember a proportional relationship is one that has a constant of proportionality, and we call that the unit rate or slope. It's this M. There's an input, that's the X, and there's an output, that's the Y. Our X is on the horizontal axis and the Y is on the vertical axis. So let's pretend you talked your parents into giving you a little summer job because you don't have any money and you want to start saving money every week. So each week, so this is going to be our input, each week you're going to earn $25 if you do your chores. And here's your savings. So after 1 week, you'll have $25, 2 weeks, $50, and so on and so forth. So let's fill out our table here. So 1 week, $25, 2 weeks, you'll have $50. Maybe we'll say in 4 weeks, well, we can actually use this equation here. We could say, well, after 4 weeks, 25 times 4, you'd have $100. Well, 6 weeks, I'm gonna use my eraser. After 6 weeks, you will have 25 times 6. Well, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. So that's pretty good. And we can plot these points on the graph to show our proportional relationship. So I'll plot a few of the points. In fact, I only really need to plot 2. So after 2 weeks is 50. After 6 weeks is 150. And I have a nice straight line. So just looking at the graph, it's a straight line. It goes through the origin. I know I have a proportional relationship. In fact, you might even remember writing an equation to represent this situation. So my unit rate, or how much you're making per week, is 25. And we can use this equation to find out how much you'll make in 10 weeks, or 20 weeks, or 30 weeks. So let's say, let's go with 10 weeks, maybe just the summer. So after 10 weeks, so when X is 10, we can substitute that into the little algebra equation you made. And we have 25 times 10. Oh, I love this. This is awesome. 25 times 10 is 250. So let's see. Here's 10. There's 250. And our point would be, oh, look at that. If we continued that line up, we would see that it would go through 250. So we can use this equation to solve for any amount. So let's talk about this number here. This 25, or this M. That is called the constant of proportionality, or simply the unit rate. And some of you guys know it's also called slope. So you'll use this word a lot in 8th grade, but we'll call it the unit rate for now. You know that if we divide the output by the input, so $25 was the output after 1 week, we would find out how much you make per week. And we're going to look at the example in just a minute, but let's write this out. The constant of proportionality, or the unit rate, is a ratio of Y to X, and it is equal to the rate of change. The rate of change. Also another name for the unit rate. So in the example below, let's say you had $62 after 2 weeks, $124 after 4 weeks, $186 after 6 weeks. You know, are these all proportional? I don't know. That's going to be the question here. So we can divide 62 by 2, and that's 31. Okay, what about 124? Are you still making $31 a week? 124 divided by 4, well, 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into 4 once. Yeah, so far it's looking good. And then finally, 186 divided by 6. Is this still the same? Are you still having the same rate of change or unit rate or the same money per week? Let's see, 6 goes into 18 3 times. 6 goes into 6 once. Yes, these all simplify to $31 per week or 31 whatevers per whatever. So this is a proportional relationship. Let's look at something that's not proportional. Wait, yes. Okay, so in a non-proportional relationship, let's say your sister is also trying to make some money and your sister's a little older. She could do a little bit more work. In fact, not only is she going to do chores, she's going to mow the lawn. So she is, just like you, she's going to make some money every week. She's going to make $50 a week. And we're going to start by writing this equation in a similar way, where this M is going to represent how much she makes every week, which will be 50. Except your sister has some money in the bank. She has $100. So you might notice this does not go through the origin because it shifts up after 0 weeks starting out. She hasn't even started her work. She already has $100. And after 1 week, well, she'll have $150. After 2 weeks, $200. After 4 weeks, well, don't just double it because remember, this is not proportional. After 4 weeks, we can use this equation. Remember, $50 a week plus the $100 she had. She'll have $200 earned from her allowance plus the $100. So she has $300. And then after 5 weeks, she'd have $350. And we can plot some of these points here. So she's making pretty good money. You'll notice the line's going to be a little steeper because she's earning more money than you are. After 4 is 300. I don't have to plot all the points, but you can see this isn't, well, it should be a straight line, but it doesn't pass through the origin. And if we had a curved line, anything like this, that is also non-proportional. Not proportional. All right. Now, one way I can show you it's not proportional, we can't simply divide like we did over here. We can't do that. So, for example, if I had 150 divided by 1, that equals 150, just like what we were doing down here. Let's see, I'm going to take the 200 and divide it by 2. Oh, see, that does not equal the same. That equals 100. Those are not the same. Let's look at the 300 divided by 4. Well, let's see, that's 30 over 2, or 15. Wait. What did I just do? Undo. We want, that's not 30 over 40. We want to do 4 goes into 30, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 7 times. And then 4 has an extra 2. 4 goes into 20, 75. Okay, it's late in the afternoon, guys. 75. So these, oh, that makes sense. So these are not equal. You can notice these are all different, where these all simplified to 31. These are simplifying down to different numbers. So that is also not the unit rate, which we know is 50. So it's not a proportional relationship. It is a relationship. It does have a unit rate, but it's not proportional. All right, let's use yellow. So tables and graphs. So one thing maybe you remember is the x value is independent. Independent. The y value is dependent. X and y. We have our input and we have our output. And we can look at this graph. We have total savings every month. Okay, so after 1 month, $200. Well, 2 months, this looks like $400. This is definitely a proportional relationship. Let's see, after 5 months, $1,000 is pretty good. So we could see, yes, it's a straight line. It goes through the origin. And to find the unit rate, or how much it's going up every month, we can just look right here. Let's do this. And we can look right here at this value. After 1 month is $200. So that's my unit rate, slope, rate of change. Every month it's going up $200, like a stepping ladder. All right, so now hopefully most of this has come back. If not, I'd encourage you to rewatch the video and try the next few practice problems. There are a total of 8, but maybe try 4, pause what you're doing, check the video, make sure you're doing it right, and then continue on. That would be my recommendation.